Hello, welcome to the Boyd Life.
Today we're going to talk about the moon landing. Did it happen or didn't it? Stay tuned.
Did we only go to the moon one time?
No.
No. How many times did they say we went to the moon?
I can't.
Two or three?
Yeah, three or four.
Three or
I don't
four,
know.
or whatever.
I can't remember how many times.
I can't remember. They were fairly close, right?
Yeah.
I mean, in that time
But
frame.
11 people, supposedly 11 people walked on the moon. So
All together.
That's 2, 4, 6. So that's at least 5 or 6 times then.
You think?
Yeah.
Because did sometimes 4 of them go?
No, well, they had one that stayed with the orbiting the moon, and 2 go down.
Okay.
So 3 of them at a time.
Okay. Well, if you get a chance, we're going to ask you, what do you think? Have we really gone to the moon, landed on the moon? That's my question, because and this is not the first thing I've seen, but you need to go check out the moon landing video on Bare Bones podcast. And whoever you are, thank you. I enjoyed the video. It's a short video, maybe at the most 3 minutes, because I saw it on TikTok. Someone else may have put it there. I don't know. But anyway, that's where I saw Bare Bones podcast. And this guy brought up some good points, I thought. You know, as a kid, yes, I watched like everyone else. And of course, you really think...
Well, not like everyone else. Everyone else is in our age. So that happened in 69.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Well, everyone...
who was alive during that period of time usually watched it because that was big TV then.
Yeah, I mean, I think... When did we supposedly land on the moon?
69.
Okay. 69? No.
Yes, it was.
No, that would have been... maybe I won't say that. Well, anyway, I don't even want to say my age, do I?
Yes, you do.
Anyway, but I remember the 60s, and is that when Nixon was president?
Yes, because
Really?
Kennedy's the one that said we will do it before 70.
Yes, but he was
Assassinated.
gone in...
Yes, but then it was...
61 or something?
Then it was Johnson and then Nixon.
Oh, okay. But, okay, so in the broadcast or podcast, and that's why I haven't done my math, I haven't gone, oh no, but 51 years ago, they said, 51 years ago, we landed on the moon.
No, it's been more than that now, because that was when thing was out. This is 54 years now, because it's 2023.
2023. Well, anyway... well, he might have been going from the time of the last moon landing, people claim. Anyway, because he brought up good points. Have we gone back to the moon since? And someone might say, oh, well, we don't need to go to the moon anymore. We've been there. We don't need to go. We're aiming for Mars or whatever. And right now, they can't take anyone to Mars. The thing is, what he was saying is, even Buzz Aldrin was on that, I don't know the guy's name, but a talk show, one of those popular late night talk shows. And he was on there, and the guy was saying how he watched, when his dad got him up or whatever, wherever they were living, and so he could watch this historic event of landing on the moon and first steps on the moon. And so we watched it on TV together, and Buzz Aldrin said, no, you didn't. I said, what do you mean? He said,
you watched animation.
Yeah, you watched animation. It's like we made something to be televised.
Says there was no TV cameras on the moon.
Yeah. So
And he says, so you didn't watch him go on to the first step
to
on the
the
moon
moon.
because who was filming it?
so they evidently maybe what, or is he saying then they staged that because he was talking about some of the things that the Armstrong said and that he said,
And when
it-
they said it and what the lines were and everything like that.
And he said that those were pretty good lines, weren't they? But they recorded or whatever those or something. And then it shows.
Well, he was saying, which now you think about that, is him jumping onto the surface of the moon, first step on, his famous line that he said.
Was that Neil Armstrong that said it? Or?
Yeah, and one step for mankind, or
No.
one step for human, and
Giant leap
for mankind.
for mankind.
But
You have to help us out
yeah,
with that. We don't even
a small
remember.
step for whatever. But
We can't remember. But it was.
but
It's
what
an
he said,
iconic
and the
line.
thing is, if you notice, you go back and you're saying, okay, where'd that camera come from that filmed him getting the first step on the moon?
'Cause no one
if somebody's okay, so the other astronaut who was filming the first step, then he was really the first step. So you gotta question that, but I don't question it. I believe we went to the moon, and everything was up and up, and I don't think they would have could get away for all these years of fooling the American public. But
Well, I tell you
do-
what.
I-
But he and I think a little differently because of something else. And I'm sorry if you want to talk about something other than what I was going to talk about. Go ahead.
Well, the other thing is what Marta was probably going to talk about now is they asked NASA just recently.
That's what I was going to talk about.
Just asked recently, why didn't we go back to the moon?
Why haven't we? Why don't we?
Why haven't we gone back to the moon? What's taking so long to go back to the moon? And they said, and tell me if you can believe this, we don't have the technology to go back to the moon right now. And I'm going, wait.
It was destroyed, and we.
No, they said they can't find
Well, some
all
of it
the
they can't
all
find.
the
they can't find.
technology that
Or was
took us to the moon in the 60s and 70s. They can't find any of that technology, and even if they could find it, they don't have any way to play it back. And I'm going,
So they
Wait
have
a
no
minute.
idea how to get to the moon, but yet they're talking about going to Mars.
yeah,
Come on. And this was
This was NASA people.
2 or 3 different people from NASA.
Saying
I know
that-
one was from Houston. I don't know if they were all from Houston, Florida. Who knows where one was? I know.
But they were saying they don't have the technology. Well, now wait a minute. How can you not have the technology? You see how much technology has changed. So you're telling me that in 1969, in the 70s, we went to the moon and we lost all that technology, and now we can't do that.
I don't know. Maybe it's just another big, huge lie.
No, I don't think so. But it bothers me for them to say that now we don't have the technology to go to the moon. And I'm going, wait a minute. Even if you lost all that information, you have scientists that study this. They should have that technology. It's how many years from 69 or 70? I mean, 53 years. And you say you don't have the technology?
And yet, you and I both know. Look at how much technology has changed
From what
and changed our
lives.
and we're the little people, but look how it's changed, because we used to have one of these big clunky telephones and you dial it. And if that's it, first you check and see if you have a dial tone that someone else isn't using it, because
to cell phones that
yeah.
run.
But you can look. Oh nope, someone's on. And then you can pick out. Okay, I got a dial tone now, and you dial somebody. Landline and landlines. The lines were always going out. They're
Yeah, but the technology is so much different.
What do we have today?
Yes, and then
No, what do we have today?
cell phones. And they said that
Watch phones. Our grandkids have these little.
yes,
watch.
they know about watches.
Oh.
But anyway,
I have a watch. I don't have a phone. Hello, calling.
the computers that it took to land on the moon were so big and so expansive and to run all that information to get to the moon. That's what they said. And now you have more power in your cell phone than they had to get to the moon. And so then for NASA to say we don't have the technology just blows my mind. And so I looked it up and said, why hasn't China, Russia, and the United States, well, China and Russia have never had a man landing on the moon. They it's been robot type things and rovers and stuff like that.
Right.
The United States is the only one to put men on the moon. But they also said, I asked, why hasn't the United States or Russia or China even tried it again? And the answer keeps coming up, not technology. They said they can't afford it. They said that the money that it would take to have people go to the moon now with this economy is too expensive for any one entity to go.
This economy.
For the Russia, it used to be the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union was so huge that they had all these resources. Then after that broke up and it went into just Russia, they don't have the resources to do it. China has probably the resources, they just don't want to do it. So the way they put their flag, there's 3 flags on the moon: Russia, China, and the United States. And the Russia and the China flag were put there by mobile units, not people. And so that was their explanation.
And maybe ours was too, for all we know.
We don't. But I believe we went. But there are questions, and with these people that say it was all fake. And here's another thing that Marta pointed out on a couple of the pictures. You got the astronauts. Well, who's taking these pictures?
That's what the guy on that podcast said. Excuse me, but who's videoing this? You know, and strangely enough, you know, that video is, you know,
if there's only 2
pretty good or
astronauts
clear.
that landed on the moon, who's the third one videoing the 2? And don't say the camera. They got a camera there because
how do you get it there set up and
as you're coming
running
down
remotely and everything like that? If you don't have any of the technology, and also they pointed out the spacecraft that they purportedly landed on the moon. It looked like it was put together with not even Lincoln Logs, didn't it?
Yeah, it looked pretty bad. But
I can't imagine that going through space and through the landing and then coming back through the atmosphere and Earth's atmosphere or whatever thing. I just don't know. And it really makes me question that. And it's actually not the first time, because I had actually seen Buzz Aldrin on a couple of other times.
He was always iffy on the way he talked.
The way he spoke, he really circled around it or was evasive, or, you know, because he probably could not speak. And now, you know, the man, he's dead.
Yeah. But on some of the TV shows,
he was talking to a little girl one time when I watched him and saying something about that, and you got from what he said that, you know, that didn't really happen.
Yeah, he caused controversy on some of the things that he would say. It was like, yeah, it was. Yeah, we were there, but we weren't really there. And so you're just like, why wouldn't you live on your notoriety? And I don't know, I guess he struggled with some stuff, but that would cause doubt.
And I don't know how many of the astronauts that purportedly had actually been to the moon, landed, walked on the moon. I don't know how many of them are alive today. Do you think maybe at some point someone actually did, but maybe not then? I don't know. Do you
I still
think
believe we
that
did.
they are all under?
But there is doubt on some of the things that have happened
If
and
you-
why we
if-
can't go back.
Yeah, if you speak out, and not only you but your family, who knows, I mean, would be in danger of losing your lives or whatever, because that's a big thing.
So let us know what your feelings are.
Yeah.
Did we land? Did we not land? Is there enough evidence saying we did? And
Is
or
there
didn't?
not enough technology
And
for
why
us to
haven't-
figure out how to get there and back
Yeah,
today?
why can't we go back at any time we want? I mean, we got the International Space Station up there. Okay, everybody knows that because they're changing astronauts and things like that. You can see it going over. But this moon thing, I
Right.
don't understand. All right, so if you like
Please.
what we're talking about, subscribe, comment, share, tell your friends about it.
Be sure to give us a thumbs up.
Let's have some comments.
Yeah, we'd love a discussion.
We appreciate
on this
you
'cause we're,
watching.
like questioning it. I'm questioning it.
All right.
My husband still I really think we landed on the moon, but I'm going, well, I really think it's pretty stupid what these things that I'm seeing as someone else puts them together to think that we did. So we want to know what you think.
We'll see you later.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.